Hello everybody, welcome to the Boys and Girls Club Facebook Live at 3, where we hopefully bring the club experience into the home of our children and teens in our community. I'm Pat Van Berklio, the President and CEO of Boys and Girls Clubs. We want to thank you so much for joining us on Facebook Live, whether you watch us live or whether you come back and watch this at another time. We really want to say thank you. And always we want to do internet safety. So if you're under the age of 13, you need to have parents' permission to be on Facebook. And so we hope that you've gotten that from your parents. Everybody else needs to, while we'd love to hear from you in your comments, please be safe about what you write in the comments. We don't really want your telephone numbers and addresses and those kind of things, because those are the kind of things you don't share with people on the internet. So we are really busy here at Boys and Girls Clubs, and we want to talk to you a couple of things before we do our activity. If you haven't gone to our website at BR Clubs, we recommend you do that. There's a whole lot of resources out there for families and children, and keeping people engaged in activities and things that are going on in the community. So if you're looking for resources, come to our website, look around, and we'll hopefully help you. While you're here on Facebook, there are a couple things that happen on Facebook every day. We post an activity challenge every day for anybody to look at. It's like a word of the day and a quote of the day and some activities to keep kids involved and engaged and active. So definitely check that out, as well as the Facebook Live. And then we've started something new called Be Safe, Be Smart, which is a series of videos that have been posted to Facebook. And it's all about bullying prevention and making sure that you aren't bullying other people, and some guidelines of what happens if you feel like you're being bullied. So there's lots of things out there on Facebook. We really appreciate you checking those things out. The last thing I want to talk to you about is we have a scavenger hunt, a virtual scavenger hunt called Goose Chase. What you need to do is this is, I guess, backwards, but what you need to do is you need to download the Goose Chase app, and then you put in this number KK891K in the game code, and you can play along with the Boys and Girls. You can play along with the Boys and Girls Clubs scavenger hunt called Goose Chase, Boys and Girls Clubs on the Go 2.0. So lots of things going on, and feel free to email us, call us, write us on the website. Get in touch with us if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. I sure would appreciate it. So once again, we're doing just social distancing here at Boys and Girls Club. So I'm operating this all by myself, and so you can bear with me a little bit. What I thought we would do is actually make a puppet today, and if you have a paper bag, and we happen to have some paper bags here at Boys and Girls Club, some white ones and some craft paper bags. And these are really, really easy to make puppets. I'm going to show you how to do this, but then if you don't have these, I'm going to show you something else that you probably have in your household that you can do. So let me get going here and see if we can turn the camera around so you can see a little bit better on what's happening. So we're here at our administrative offices, and I think that's about good enough so you can see this. So we're going to start with the brown paper bag, and I've got a bag of markers over here. You may have a crayon or those kind of things that you want to do, but let's just get one paper bag, and we're going to use this is kind of how it opens and closes. We're going to really try to use this as the mouth, so you can move the mouth and kind of see that it is working. So let's draw a little mouth, and I'm just going to make a little curly mouth like this, as you can kind of see right there. I'm going to go ahead and color it in, and that's going to be the top of the lip, the very top of the lip. So at the bottom of the lip, I'm just going to make kind of upside down rainbow there, and then I'm going to fill that in. Well, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to open this up a little bit and fill it in just a little bit more. Now, if you wanted to draw something, we have that thing that hangs down in the back of our throat called an uvula, and so you can do that if you want to also do that. So we need, of course, eyes on this little puppet. And so what we're going to do is just do 2 circles, and then we're going to do a nose, and maybe we'll do a thing like that. And what do you know? We've got a puppet. Okay? So let me see if I can straighten the camera back up again, and we'll do a puppet show here real quick. So it's just pretty easy. You know, you put your hand in there, maybe just 2 fingers or your whole hand if you're a smaller hand, and then you have a little person that can talk to you. Hello, and you can be off here. Hello there. I hope you're being safe and washing your hands. We know that the mayor or the governor has declared that we are on stay-at-home orders till March 15th or May 15th. So please, please, please be safe out there. Okay? Pretty funny. All right. So just real again. I mean, again, it is this easy to do this. I'm going to do it on the white. Let's see if we can do maybe a guy more than a girl. We can do the lips. I'm going to color the lips up a little bit, and then I'm going to make his eyes. Are you watching? Can you see my eyes? I'm going to give him eyebrows and do that. And again, maybe you want to color in some hair up here. And so you've got this funny looking guy. And again, I'm going to move the camera up a little bit and see if we can have a puppet show here. And then if you're really good, if you can work your left hand and right hand, you can do your own puppet show and start a script. Hello, how are you doing? I'm fine today. How are you? Well, not too bad. I've been sitting on the couch watching TV. Man, you should hear about the Boys and Girls Clubs and all the things they're doing. Really? Where do I find out more? Go to brclubs.org. Boys and Girls Clubs. I love them. All right. So that's a silly paper bag you could do. Feel free to, if you have this. And really, if you even have a bigger paper bag, you could do that also. But what you probably have at home is maybe a piece of paper. And this is a little thicker than a typing paper, or it's really kind of a cardstock. And this is really easy to do a little puppet also. It's a little harder, but you could definitely learn to do this. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of paper, I don't know, is that 4 inches by 5 inches or so? Just, you know, kind of a rectangle. And what we're going to do is we are going to do that, kind of bend it close to close, and then we're going to stick our finger right here, and then we're trying to create like a little diamond shape. Let me see if I can draw this for you so you can see it. A little diamond shape like this, but you don't have to draw, but that's what we're trying to do, a little crease. And now you can kind of see that we're going to draw, we're going to be making a puppet, just using our 2 fingers and our back here holding down, and all of a sudden this becomes a puppet. So let me, now that we have a crease, let me show you how you draw on it. Again, a pretty fun little activity. So you can kind of see this is going to be the front of the face, and this is going to be the inside of the mouth. So let's see if we can draw, and I'm just going to draw some eyes. Maybe I'll color them all in. You can do whatever you like. You know, we like to doodle and do different kind of things. We'll draw a nose, and then we'll draw a mouth. And you guys know that I'm not a great drawer, but y'all can be much better than I can. So what we're going to do is we're just going to turn it over, and we're going to draw a line, and then we're going to make like a piano keys, and that's just going to be his teeth, or her teeth, whoever this person is. Okay, so we're just doing that, and then we're just going to do this on the other side. Again, if you want to do that, or you want to do a tongue, or something like that. If you want to do a little colored hair, you can color. And then let me pull the camera back up. And then we are going to pinch this again. And I say this is going to work. And we have a puppet. Hello, how are you doing? Have you heard about the good things that are happening at Boys and Girls Clubs? Well, you need to come every day at 3 o'clock to Facebook Live to see the great things the Boys and Girls Clubs is doing. We really miss all the kids that we see every day at school. Thanks for watching today. Silly little script. Again, if you want to make it, if you want to do something, you could shape it up a little bit by cutting the corners off or rounding them off. I'll just cut these corners off. And again, you have one. And then if you can work both hands at the same time, which I'm not that coordinated, you can have a little puppet show. When I was growing up, we had this little thing that we used to do about this damsel in distress. And that's a young lady who needs some help. And a mean man who was her landlord. And so she would say, he would say, you must pay the rent. And she would say, I can't pay the rent. You must pay the rent. I can't pay the rent. You must pay the rent. I can't pay the rent. I'll pay the rent, my hero. I don't know where that came from, but I think it was from an old movie somehow. But again, that's just an example of a funny little script you could do with puppets. Pretty easy, pretty fun. You can do one for your younger siblings or older siblings, and you can do a whole show. Y'all can come up with a script, but again, you can do it with just a piece of paper or a paper bag. Now, I will tell you, if you don't have either one of those and have a paper plate works the same thing. So all you've got to do is just cut out a paper plate in that same kind of shape. I'm sorry, I'm not showing these very well. Cut out that paper plate in the same kind of shape that you had before, that we had before. And I'm doing this really quickly so we can move on. Again, you fold that over and you have the same thing on a paper plate. So there you go. So that's making puppets. And puppets are really great because you can use your imagination to write a script and talk about it. You can decorate them any color you want. Go Coach O. We want to congratulate him. National champions. And so puppeting is, besides being fun and decorating and those kind of things, you can really use your imagination on writing stories and coming up with things, or even if you know other stories, if you want to reenact something that you've seen on TV and do a script from that, that would be great. I did have somebody ask me to reteach the game I played a while back, and so I'm going to redo that real quick and see if y'all would like to do this at home and those kind of things. So what we need is dice. Y'all know one is just called a die and two are called dice, and so you need dice or two die, however you want to look at that. So you need two die, and that's really all. I'm going to move the camera down so you can see the paper that I'm working on. And all you're trying to do is we're going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll put 11 and 12 over here. And the game, and you can have multiple people playing. Somebody else has a set of numbers over here. And you roll the dice, and I have a 6 and a 2. So now I have an option of what I want to do. I can cross out the 2 and the 6, or I can add these two together, and 6, 7, 8, I can cross out the 8. And our goal is to cross out all the numbers over here in as many rolls, as few rolls as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and cross out my 2, and I'm going to cross out my 6, okay? So now I can't use those numbers anymore. I'm going to roll again, and I have a 3 and a 1. So I have a choice of Xing out the 1, the 3, or if I add them together, I can X out the 4. Okay? So 1s are pretty hard to come by sometimes, so I'm going to use a strategy and go ahead and get rid of 1 And then I'm going to go ahead and get rid of 3 also. So again, I drew a 5 and a 1, so of course I can count 5 and 1 is 6, and my 6 is already gone, so I know I can't do 6, and my 1 is already gone, so all I can do is 5. So I'm going to cross out my 5. All right, let's see how fast we can get this gone. Uh-oh, now look at here. I have a 1 and a 2. Again, my 1, 2, and 3, when I add them together, is missing. So I can't cross anything out. I need some big numbers. And sure enough, I got them. So 6 and 5, well, my 6 and 5 are already crossed out. So I've got to add these numbers together. Now, adding numbers together is, sometimes people use their fingers. Sometimes people just see the numbers and can memorize what those are. But if you have to add, I'm really going to suggest that you start with the large number, which is 6. You already know that's a 6 because you can see it on the die. We've memorized that because we played with dice enough. So 6, and then you can add the dots to count to what this number is. So there's no reason to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because you already know that. So you go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11. 6 plus 5 is 11. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to cross out my 11. So that's a good counting strategy and technique to kind of count, not just on this, but on anything. Again, wow, how lucky am I? I got a 3 and a 1, and that equals 4, and my 4 is still open. So I only have 5 letter numbers left. So let's see if we can do these real quick. 4 and 2, you can start doing these really quick when you, in your head. 4, 5, 6, and I don't have that available. So 1 and 1 is 2, and 2 is not available. And 5, 6, 7, so look, 5, 6, 7 is available. So a 5 and a 2 is 7, so I get to cross that out. Now, if you're playing with other people, of course, you would take a turn, and then they would take a turn, and you would take a turn, and those kind of things. So I am just rolling here, so to see what I get. And again, I get a 6 and a 3, so 6, 7, 8, 9, so I can cross out my 9. I only have 3 numbers left, so I'm going to see if we can get through these really quick. 5 and a 4, again, is 9. It's a little problematic that I haven't gotten any more. Here we go. 6 and 5, we've done that before, right? That's 11. I don't know if I'm going to get an 8, 10, or 12. 5, 6, 7, I got that gone. 4 and 2 is 6. Come on. Oh, here we go. 5 and 5. So I finally get rid of my 10. Should we keep on going to see if I can do the rest of these? Just 2 more. Oh, man, y'all are helping me be lucky. I just did a 6 and a 6. So 6 plus 6, 6 plus 6 is a 12, and I can cross out my 12. Now, if I was playing against you, you might have already won because you've crossed all yours out. But I'm playing just by myself, so I'm just seeing how many, if I can get that 8. And that's 7, that's 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm doing everything but an 8 around here. So we're just gonna 5, 6, 7. Man, we are so close. 5. And once you start playing with dice more and more, you're just going to be able to add those numbers together really quickly without even thinking about it. You'll just see them and know that that's 9. 6 and 3 is 9. And 6, 7, 8 is what I was looking for. And guess what? I just won the game. So again, that might be a fun game that we would traditionally play at Boys and Girls Clubs with a group of kids. So you could have 3 or 4 people playing at the same time, everybody having their 1 through 12, and everybody rolling, going around rolling the numbers to see who can cross out their 1 through 12 as fast as possible. Again, we can't have more than 12 because the highest number we can have on the dice is 6 plus 6, and that is 12. So you can't go higher than that unless you want to add a different dice, different die. And then you could add another 6, and 6 times 3 is 18, or 6 plus 6 plus 6. So you could go 1 through 18 at that point. lots of things you can do. It's just a pair of dice at home. You can play with your parents or your siblings. So it's a fun little game just to keep you occupied, and it really makes your mind think fast about counting numbers, and a good way to learn to count numbers. Well, that's all I've got for y'all today. I really want to wish you to be healthy and safe out there. I know that the governor has extended the stay-at-home order for another 15 days. But that's really for the safety of you and me and your families and your loved ones and neighbors, and I think it's the right thing to do. So we're going to be here until we can see you in person. So please, please, please check out our website, check out Facebook every day. We really want you to be connected to Boys and Girls Clubs. We value you and everything you do. So have a safe Tuesday, and we will see you soon. Take care.